But here's the twist, darlings. While Ben usually lights up the big screen, today he's stepping into the world of real estate with us. Will we find the house of our dreams? Will we keep our poker faces while discussing mortgages? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a blast. So grab your popcorn, your coziest PJs, and your most fabulous attitude because we're about to make Saturday morning the star-studded event of the year. Lights, camera, action. Hey, gorgeous souls! It's Jennifer Lopez, and you better fasten your seatbelts because this Saturday's live stream is gonna be hotter than a Miami night. Now picture this. We're about to dive into the world of open houses and mortgages, and who's joining us? The one and only, the fabulous, the incredible Ben Affleck. But here's the twist, darlings. While Ben usually lights up the big screen, today he's stepping into the world of real estate with us. Will we find the house of our dreams? Will we keep our poker faces while discussing mortgages? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a blast. So grab your popcorn, your coziest PJs, and your most fabulous attitude because we're about to make Saturday morning the star-studded event of the year. Lights, camera, action. Hey, gorgeous souls! It's Jennifer Lopez, and you better fasten your seatbelts because this Saturday's live stream is gonna be hotter than a Miami night. Now picture this. We're about to dive into the world of open houses and mortgages, and who's joining us? The one and only, the fabulous, the incredible Ben.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at today. Let me get the music going. Hopefully everyone liked my benefit. They were in the news this week. Looks like they needed some mortgage financing. How's everyone doing? It's a big morning this morning. We have a solar eclipse. I think we're right in the middle of it. I just went and looked. I didn't see anything different. We got clouds here though, but hopefully it'll get dark here halfway through our stream. I think it's supposed to hit around 10 o'clock. Either that or I missed it. I don't know. All right. Got a lot to go over today. Let's hit on rates first. So, like on every episode, for interest rates on today's stream, we're going to be using Mortgage News Daily. Show you here. So this is the website that I go to for all my interest rate news, mortgage news. There's been a lot of interest rate news this week and last week with everything that's going on in Israel. We did see rates improve a little bit. So Mortgage News Daily gives you a great range of average interest rates nationwide. It's a great place to go to figure out where rates are at, and like I said, different news and what's affecting interest rates. So today, 30-year fixed ticked down a little bit from last week to 7.66%. Got jumbos at 7.84, FHA 7.12, and VA 7.14. There's a great article on here too if you want to have a better understanding of how news impacts interest rates. This article right here, Rates Reacting to War and the Fed, but maybe not for long. Read this article this morning. It's very good. Gives you a little bit of insight on how interest rates are being affected by big news in the global and national markets, but also specifically how the war in Israel is affecting interest rates. Good morning, Robert. That's right. How many live streams offer a solar eclipse during the live stream? It'd be great if the room got dark. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, Gavin Hutkins, who sends me our local activity data as far as open house activity listings and pending sales, he's under the weather, so he wasn't able to send me those statistics. So we'll have those for next week. Hi, Kaya. Thanks for joining us. All right, we've got a couple new real estate agents to the live stream this morning. First, Diana Rutherford, a couple weeks ago, In fact, last week when we did the short-term rental episode, sent us this listing for 128 West Dogwood Street. Beautiful home in Washougal if you want a home with views. I mean, the views are amazing. The reason I bring this up, we did a complete mortgage breakdown. You can go back and watch that on last week's episode. But she is doing an open house on this house today. Today and tomorrow from 12 to 2. So if you wanted to go peek inside that house in Washougal, you can do that today. The address and her contact info is right there. All right, you guys ready to jump into it? Feel like we're skipping ahead a little bit this week, but Gavin let us down being sick, so we'll do the data next week, but let's dive into it. Today's all about open houses. Nothing like a solar eclipse to bring out the open houses, but there's a lot of open houses this weekend, and it's a good sign. We are seeing more and more listings as we go into winter. I know several here in Vancouver, several in Portland, so we're going to start off with a listing from Jen. Let's pull it up here. And Jen's in the chat. She's licensed in Oregon and Washington. And her boyfriend is Tony Gillard, works at my office. Tony's been a big help getting this podcast started, keep me motivated to do it. And so I'll put his contact info in the description as well. Jen's contact info is in the description, but we're going to start off in 958 North Alder Street in Wine Country in Canby. So for those of you who haven't seen the show before, I'm looking at these listings for the first time with you. I skimmed them this morning, but I wanted to give you guys a live reaction as I go through them. So just know that I haven't dove into these listings just yet. I wanted to save it so we can do it together. All right, so we got 4-bed, 3-bath, 3,100 square feet in Canby. Let's take a look at the map. So if you are watching from outside the area, we're in Southwest Washington, Portland. So right across the river from Portland. And wine tasting's a big deal out here, and Canby is kind of right in the middle of it. All right, so if we zoom out, kind of get an idea of where Canby is. So just south of Portland, we're here in Vancouver. Jim, what do you think? How long from Portland to Canby? Is it about half an hour, if that? "30 minutes to the airport." Nice 3-car garage. I gotta tell you guys, after spending a weekend in Scottsdale when we were doing the short-term rental stream, we are so lucky to live where we do. I mean, just look at how beautiful that is compared to, Phoenix and Arizona is beautiful. Every place is beautiful, but there's just something about living in the Northwest and being able to drive in a neighborhood that has mature trees and looks as beautiful as that does. So it's 30 minutes to the airport. More importantly, only a few minutes to St. Joseph Winery. And a lot more wineries than that, right? Oh, Julieyunger is also licensed in Scottsdale. You'll have to go back and watch our short-term rental episode. All right, so we're in the entryway. Vaulted ceilings. Nice window, lets a lot of light in. Got a gas fireplace. All right, kudos to my amazing photographer, Danny, with Bright Room Photography. Is this home staged, Jen? Nice great room concept. This looks like a Pacific Lifestyle. I could be wrong, but it looks like a Pacific Lifestyle. So this home is staged, which is great. When you go to an open house, it's really nice when it's staged because you can see yourself there. There's not everyone's personal belongings. You don't have pictures of their family, which can be a distraction from imagining yourself in the house, which is the whole point of going to an open house. And that's one good tip too, if you guys are looking at listing your house. We are starting to see more and more people think about selling as we've been in this high rate environment for a while now. People are getting used to it. When you're interviewing your agents, that's one of the questions I would definitely ask is, do they stage a home? And Jen, that's a great point. You say you stage every single listing, occupied or not. Inspired Spaces, who you guys use. Looks like Jen and Julie both use Inspired Spaces to do their staging. Nice kitchen. Full backsplash. See what I mean about the trees? It's so nice being able to look out and have mature trees out of every window we've seen here so far. Details is here. I would say pre-listing home inspections are almost mandatory now. If you're going to list your home, having that pre-listing inspection, have an inspector come out and inspect your home before you put it on the market. One, will tell you if there's any issues you need to address. Two, you already got that prepared for any potential buyers that come in. You have a home inspection you can give them, and nothing will come out surprising. And obviously here at the Mortgage Hound, we recommend details home inspections for our home inspectors. Nice big walk-in closet. This looks like a coat closet underneath the stairs. I would have that thing full of junk in 5 minutes. Guest bath. That's one thing I wish my house had, is more storage. All right, now we're upstairs. Wow, nice big master. Big enough to have a sitting area. See, this is what I'm talking about with staging your home. Being able to kind of picture yourself there, but also what to do with some of the space. Gives yourself some ideas, like a nice sitting area. Nice big windows. Yeah, the trim work is nice. Big master bath. All right, here's your big walk-in closet. This looks like a bonus room. And you can see here, it looks like there's access to the attic, which is nice. Maybe some additional storage in there. Oh, Jen says there's 2 walk-in closets. I like how she said you don't have to share, but you know what's going to happen is my wife will use both of them. All right. Guest bedroom. House looks very clean. Ceiling fan. Upstairs guest bath, 2 sinks. So what are we looking at here? 3,100 square feet. We're looking for a family, right? This is somebody that's moving out of their little townhome, starting their family, need more square footage. Having a guest bath with 2 sinks upstairs is a game changer if you have a couple kids. Utility room. You know what I like about this utility room are these the racks. I love coming home and being able to hang my wet jacket up to dry. You don't see that a lot. These are drone footage. Looks like there's a shed in the backyard. Nice pavers. It's a really nice backyard. Looks like there's a gate going out the back. Little garden. All right. I like that picture. It really kind of shows you that you are out in the country a little bit. Floor plan. All right. So we're listed at $744,900. Built in 2006. You can tell that house has been very well maintained. Great room floor plan. I think upstairs, that bonus room, I think that was an office den studio workout room. Those are almost a must-have right now with so many people working from home. In fact, one thing I've been getting a lot lately is people that want 2 offices because both husband and wife both work from home. All right. You guys ready to break down some numbers on this house? How are we doing on that solar eclipse? I think it happened. I don't think it got dark. It didn't get dark, but it seems brighter now than it was earlier. All right, so I put together 2 options here on this house. In the description, you can schedule a phone call with me where we can go over more programs, more options on any of these houses, or if you just want to see what you qualify for. But I put together a variety of options on our houses today, so we're going to kind of cover several programs. I want to start off with a 10% down conventional financing. So right now, anything with any house with a loan amount of $750 or less will be conventional financing. And I thought I'd show a 10% down. I think with the amount of equity people have right now, moving up from condo or a townhouse, or if you're renting and moving into your first home, I think 10% is a good option. So I thought we'd look at that today. 10% down, that makes our loan amount $670,410. Again, I'm using the interest rates for this example right off of Mortgage News Daily. 7.66. Go to a payment breakdown. Again, $744,900 with 10% down, principal and interest at 7.66%. It's $4,761 a month. Property taxes on that home in wine country, $615 a month. Homeowners insurance. Again, homeowners insurance is going to cover your house in case of a fire or burglary or something of that nature. $100 a month. So if we add these three items together, get a total payment of $54.76. Does anybody see something that's missing here? We talk about mortgage insurance a lot on this stream. Mortgage insurance does nothing for you other than allows you to put less than 20% down. If you have a mortgage, if a homeowner has a mortgage with mortgage insurance and they stop making their payments, they default, go into foreclosure, the mortgage insurance company reimburses the lender or the investor a percentage of your loan balance. So that offsets the risk of a lender lending to somebody, lending to a home buyer that has less collateral. Mortgage insurance varies quite a bit. We can shop around. We have about six or seven different mortgage insurance companies, so we can shop around and get a good premium. But I'm showing you something different today. We don't have any mortgage insurance on it. I'll show you why on the next screen. So if we add all those numbers together, $54.76 is our total payment out the door. Closing costs. Here's our 10% down payment, $75,000. That's represented here in a percentage form at 90% loan to value ratio. Closing costs are going to be around $36.91. That's going to include your title and escrow fees, which is the majority of that. It's going to include your recording fees, and it's also going to include your lender fee. We charge a flat $14.95 to do the loan, but that's going to vary from lender to lender. There are two items that are not included in that number. First is your home appraisal. Home appraisals most likely will be required. Sometimes we can get away from doing those, but most of the time they're going to be required. Those run $800 to the appraiser directly through their website at the time of appraisal. The second item that's not included in that $36.91 is your home inspection. Details, if you're still in here, do you guys go out to Canby? Home inspections are not required, but I can tell you all the agents that are on the stream and myself will recommend you get a home inspection, unless your seller got a pre-listing home inspection. Everything else is included. I think next week we might spend the whole episode talking about points. Mortgage News Daily does not have any points in the rates that they have on their website for average rates. So we're not going to have any points here. I think next week we'll do a deep dive. Okay, mortgage insurance. So the way we get around monthly mortgage insurance is we're going to buy that policy out in one lump sum. That way we never have to worry about monthly mortgage insurance for the life of the loan. It can be expensive. It's going to depend on credit score, down payment, all those items. We're at $8,700 here. The reason I wanted to bring this up today is, we talked last week about the market really being locked up. How it's not really a buyer's market. It's not really a seller's market. It's just kind of stagnant right now. We haven't seen values come down a whole lot, but it has gotten softer. And there are ways to utilize credits from the seller to make it easier for you to get in a home, make it more affordable. One way would be to have the seller pay your upfront mortgage insurance on your behalf. And I think on this house, this price range, I don't think that would be unrealistic to put in your offer. $8,000 for your prepaid taxes, insurance, and interest. That starts your escrow account, which will be used to pay your property taxes and insurance when those are due. In Canby, I believe the property taxes are due every October. All right, so if we add our down payment, closing costs, our upfront mortgage insurance, and our prepaid items, our total out-of-pocket expenses, $95,000. This is where I always ask, how do these numbers sit with you? $5,500 a month is not a little payment. There's no right or wrong answer to that question, but it's a question that you should constantly be asking yourself. It's, how do I feel about this payment? I'm going to get one of three answers. That payment is way too high. There's no way I could ever afford a $5,500 payment. That's a good answer. $5,500 is exactly what I was calculating. I get that a lot if you're an engineer or an accountant. They usually know the payment before I do, even sometimes. But maybe it's exactly what they were expecting. Or maybe $5,500 is very easy. I get that a lot too. That's right within my budget. So it's important to understand where you're at so we can look at different programs. If you love the house, but maybe that payment is just out of reach, well, maybe we can look at something creative like buying out the mortgage insurance policy. I think next week too, we'll talk about 2-1 buy downs. It's another good way to use seller credits to make the payment lower for you. All right, so next door, I put down 20% so we can compare. 20% down. I'm not going to break down everything like we just did, but with 20% down, you can see we're saving $529 a month. But we're an extra $65,000 out of pocket. So let's say maybe you have 20% down. Maybe you're selling your house and you have $160,000. But you also have $1,000 a month in an auto loan with a $20,000 or $30,000 balance. This is where we can start to look at maybe going towards 10%, buying out that mortgage insurance and paying off some consumer debt so that our cash flow savings could be a lot more, 2 or 3 times the amount we're saving by putting 20% down, by maybe taking care of some of that consumer debt. 2-1 buy downs are one of my favorite things right now too, Jen. We're going to get to a point where homeowners are used to the high rates. I think we're starting to see that now. So if you are leaving a 3.5% interest rate, going to a 7% interest rate, those 2-1 buy downs are a great way to get yourself used to an increase in payment while still being in a 30-year fixed rate. If you guys want to know more, we'll go into it next week. I really want to devote some time to 2-1 buy downs. But if you want to learn more about 2-1 buy downs, reach out to either myself. You can schedule a call with me, link in the description. Tony Gillard works with both Jen and Julie, one of the best loan officers in our office. He's in Portland. He's very, very good at explaining the 2-1 buy down. He uses the same software I do, this software here for doing an analysis. But we'll spend some time on it next week. All right. Oh, sneak peek. Here we go. So, open house. Today and tomorrow. That's not it. I don't have an open house picture for you, Jen, for this listing, but it is on here. Open house today, I believe, from 12 to 2. (12 to 2 p.m.) Do a little open house, a little wine, a little solar eclipse. I think the eclipse is over. It's now definitely much brighter outside. Okay. Really appreciate so many people being on to this morning with our time change. We normally have been doing this on Thursdays at 6 p.m., moving it to Saturdays at 10 a.m. We're going to leave it here for a while. If anything, I might move it up a little bit. Hey, Tony. You're late. I just gave you a bunch of praise. You missed it. So if you like what you see here and you want to support us, please click subscribe, click like, and if you do subscribe, you can click the notification button so you get a notification of when the streams start. But for the next few weeks, we're going to try this 10 o'clock on Saturdays. All right, on to our next listing. This listing was sent over by Julie. Julie's contact info is in the description. Same with Jen. We're going to stay on the other side of the river. We're in Milwaukee, Oregon. 6515 Southeast Franklin Street. $615,000. Looks like there's just a price reduction of $15,000. 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,000 square feet. Let's take a look. Right away, love the fireplace, the chimney. You can definitely tell the time period this house was built, and I think that is a selling feature. Right now, I'm really liking these homes. When was this home built? I'll look it up when we're done. Maybe Julie can tell us. Really cool retaining walls as you come in the driveway. Nice landscaping. All right, here we are. Those look like original hardwood floors to me. Nice bright windows. Okay, so it looks like they have a wood burning stove insert into the fireplace. Nice wide galley style kitchen. Granite countertops. So a little bit of updating here. A little bar area going into the nook. I can tell right away this would be a really fun house, especially for a first-time home buyer or a move-up buyer, because it's been slightly updated, but there's room for more updating. So a DIYer, I mean, this house is moving ready, you can tell right away, and they have done some updating with countertops, and those floors are awesome. But there's really opportunity to come in here and make it your own. Do a little bit of HGTV DIY Home Depot. Another shot of the kitchen. Love the wainscoting in the bathroom. Guest bedroom. Man, it's so cool, the hardwood floors throughout the house. There's your work from home office. Utility room. All right, so that fireplace goes down into the second level, or first ground level, basement. Is this a basement we're looking at? I think it's just the lower level of the split level. Nice covered patio. Is that a hot tub? Really cool landscaping. Fire pit. Little shed, she shed. It's our drone. Okay. Very nice. All right, here we go. So I put together a couple different options on this home. First is FHA. FHA is a great tool. It's not a first-time homebuyer program, but it really is designed for people that are just getting started in home ownership, that are maybe earlier in their careers, just getting going. This is a great way to come in with not a lot of cash out of pocket. A little easier to qualify for, higher debt to income ratios. They don't hit your rate super hard for a lower credit score. FHA is a really powerful tool. 3.5% down is the requirement on FHA. That makes our loan amount $603,860. Interest rate. So we're going off of FHA 7.12. Mortgage News Daily. That's significantly less than what we were looking at on the conforming. On the conforming loans, on the previous home, we're looking at 7.66. FHA does have forced mortgage insurance. The benefit of that is it does lower the risk to the investors, so the interest rates are a little bit lower as well. Principal and interest with 3.5% down at that 7.12. It's $4,066. Property taxes on that home, $469. Homeowners insurance I have at $100 a month. Could be a little bit less, somewhere between $50 and $100 a month. And here's that forced mortgage insurance, $246 a month for the life of the loan. The only way to remove mortgage insurance on FHA is to either sell the house or refinance. What does everyone think interest rates are going to do over the next 3 to 5 years? The consensus in the market is that interest rates will come down with inflation. So there's a good chance that people that are buying a home now are going to refinance sometime in the next 18 to 60 months. So if you have an FHA, and now we are 24, 36 months into it, and I'm really sick of paying my mortgage insurance, my house is appreciated, I've paid down the balance a little bit. If interest rates are low, refinance makes perfect sense, and this could be a really good strategy as long as you're comfortable with the payment for the life of the loan. You don't want to bank on a refinance, but there's a good chance that you'll be able to remove this and drop your payment. So if we add these numbers together, we get a total payment of $4,881. Closing costs, there's our down payment, $21,525. Just like on the last home, closing costs are going to be around $36.91. FHA also has upfront mortgage insurance as well as the monthly. And it's expensive, $10,385. The difference between the last house where we were buying out the mortgage insurance policy altogether and FHA is that $10,385 is added to our loan amount. So we're not paying that $10,000 out of pocket, which is why if we go up to our loan to value ratio, if we're putting 3.5% down, that should be 96.5. But it doesn't, it reads 98.19 because we're adding in that $10,000 on top of our loan amount. And then prepaid taxes, insurance, and interest going to be around $6,000 on a house like this. So cash close $31,216. You can always ask the seller to help us out with some of that. There we go, FHA. I also put a VA option on here too, so we can talk about VA mortgages. Interest rate's about the same on a VA mortgage. The difference is 0 down. So I'm not coming in with any down payment out of pocket. My closing costs in this example, $96.91. And I could ask the seller to pay those for me. So literally, if you're a veteran, you could be buying this house without a dollar out of your pocket at closing. So how come we're putting 0 down and we're saving $86 a month over FHA? It's because there's no mortgage insurance on VAs. No monthly mortgage insurance. All right. Here we go. Julie Younger will be doing a open house today and tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Milwaukee on this house. Go check it out. If you go check it out, you run into Julie, tell her you saw her open house on our stream. So I mentioned Julie's license in Oregon and Washington. I'm very excited, Julie, about your next listing. She's coming over to Vancouver. We're going to Lakeshore, which is where I grew up. I grew up in the Florida area. And I've always loved these condos. And I've never had one of these condos on the stream. I've been in one once. I went to an open house years ago in one. But these condos are awesome. Highly desirable part of Vancouver, overlooking Vancouver Lake. $2,500 square feet, so it's a large condo. 2-bed, 3-baths. With only 2 bedrooms, they're gonna be big rooms, 2,500 square feet. So you can see the lake in the background there. Carport and a single car garage. Very nice views. Is our chat still working? Somebody type something in the chat, see if it's still working. All right. Nice floors. Love the blue countertop. Stainless steel appliances. I like that kitchen. Looks like maybe quartz counter. Dining room. I think our chat died. Let's see if our chat's working. All right, I guess it's working. You guys are just being quiet. So much talk early. All right, nice living area, gas fireplace, nice wraparound deck. Julie, I can tell this home is staged as well. Inspired Spaces, I believe, is the stager you guys use. Cool carpet. This condo definitely has a retro vibe. I love it. Oh, thanks, Ben. Good to see you. I like that sunken living room feel. Ben, these condos are kind of over by you. Live view of the lake. So there is an open house on this house today. You guys got to go look at it. I think that you're going to get a lot more from walking through this house than just these pictures. It's kind of hard to understand just from the pictures, like what's on the other side of this rail. Nice bar area, wet bar. Okay, so there's the sunken living room. We just came up to this sitting area here with our wet bar. Another fireplace up in the sitting area. Cool window. Guest room. Balcony off the guest room. 2 sinks. This must be our master bath. On a house like this, I don't think I'd touch it. I love the retro feel to it. This must be our master bedroom. Utility room. Drone shots. All right. Very cool. I'm very excited to do this one. I've always loved these units. 840,000. There is an HOA on this $490 a month for the HOA. Julie, if you're still on, can you tell us what is included in that HOA? Okay, so this says it's a townhome. There is a big difference between townhome and condo. Condo, you own drywall in. Townhome, you own everything. Nothing wrong with condos. Condos can be perfect for your situation. A townhome, a little better appreciation. But there's still going to be an HOA on a townhouse. A lot of times it'll cover water, sewer, garbage, those type of things. Four decks, 2 fireplaces. All right. On this one, I just did a basic 20% down, I believe. Yep, 20% down, 30-year fixed, 840,000 purchase price, 20% down makes our loan amount $672. I'm using that interest rate off of Mortgage News Daily for conventional financing, 7.66. Payment breakdown, principal and interest, $47.72. Property taxes, $595. We're gonna need to double check that. I pulled that off of Zillow. I don't know how accurate that is on Zillow. So when you go to Julie's open house today, you can ask her about the property taxes. Homeowner's insurance, $100 a month. Rough estimate, total payment, $54.67. Closing costs, 20% down, $168. I can really see maybe somebody downsizing. Just retired, kids are gone, don't need a big house with a lot of maintenance. We're moving to one of these cool condos down the lake, $168,000 down. Closing cost $36.91. Prepaid taxes, insurance, and interest, $6,000. Total out-of-pocket expense, $177,691. Gets you a very cool condo, or excuse me, townhome, down on the lake. All right, we're at 52 minutes. Thanks everyone for showing up on our time change here, our day change from Thursdays to Saturdays. Really appreciate it. If you know of any real estate agents that want to feature a listing on the live stream, please have them reach out to me. If you would like some one-on-one on the phone with me, there's a link in the description to schedule that phone call. Let's over the open house. Here we go. So Julie's open house, go check it out today, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tell them you saw it on our stream. I might go check that one out today. All right, hopefully you guys saw a little bit of the solar eclipse. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye.